Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to Piccadilly Stampin'.
Welcome, welcome.
So, come on in, tag a friend. Go ahead and share us. We're going to wait a minute till people start coming in. There we go. It's pulling up, but
Okay.
it's loading. There's nobody there yet, I don't think.
11 people are in.
Oh, there is?
Mm-hmm.
Well, hello, 11 people. Are you greeting them?
I wasn't, but I will.
Well, that would be nice.
Yeah, hello everyone.
Until I can get this to come up, I'm competing here with a few other people. Alrighty, hello, hello, hello. I see Mia, I see Jackie, I see Laura, I see Beth Ann, I see Jean, I see Barb, I see William, I see Angela, I see Kathy. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Let's see. I see Marcia, I see Nancy. Welcome.
Wow, a lot of people on there. Emily's on there.
Hi,
Hey.
Emily. So
Angie, hello.
come on in.
Spread the love.
Yeah. Go ahead and share the video if you would. I would appreciate it. I've got kind of I've got kind of a loaded night tonight. In fact, we're going to start with the more difficult project first, which is kind of a first for me, but
yeah.
There's a method in my madness here. So I do want to let you guys know that we are currently in the 2021 catalog right now. Our August-December 2020 mini catalog has not gone live yet, and it does not go live until August 4th. I've had a few people let me know, a few of my customers let me know.
I've been marking it up.
Okay, I gotta stop a minute here because this man has been on a roll for the past half an hour. In fact, I've laughed so hard in the last half an hour that I kind of broke a sweat. He's been kind of comical. But what I was saying was that this goes live on the 4th of August. And I've had a couple of my customers who have already gotten their catalog and asked me a few questions from it. It does not go live and it's not on my demonstrator site until the 4th. That's when you can order from it. So I am going to be doing projects all from this catalog. What I do want you to know that is if you're new to my channel, please click subscribe for one thing. Like,
Jean, I want the moose.
What is that about?
She asked what I want.
Oh,
I want the moose.
He wants the moose. All right, Bill. You are a moose.
A moose.
Is that Rocky or Bullwinkle? Which was... Anyway, if you're not my customer and you would like my customer, you don't have another Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, then go ahead and message me and I'll be able to send you one of these out. Okay, that was my kind of little announcement there. I do want to say, for those of you who are currently following me on Facebook, who knew so many people liked Brussels sprouts?
Yeah, no kidding. Ugh, there's not enough cheese spread in the world to go over that stuff.
We could probably use it for caulking in our cracks of our driveway or something, but really? Brussels sprouts? I am really shocked that there are that many people who love them. So anyway, thanks for participating in that, you guys. I always find it interesting when I post something like that. I really thought that most people felt like me and Bill and wouldn't eat a Brussels sprout for, I guess if our life depended on it, we might.
Probably would.
But, I mean, we wouldn't ever eat one, so.
I remember having to sit there and eat them, man, when they got cold.
Mine was cooked carrots. Mom would make me do some cooked carrots. Yeah. Okay, so Bill, do you have any announcements for us before we get going?
Well, Make sure we use that host code.
Oh, yes. This is...
Everything under $149.99. Going wild there.
I'm telling you, I've just not... He's not on his medications or something.
I am too.
All right. Okay, so yes, please use this host code if you have orders under $149.99.
Yeah. Make sure you sign up for the newsletter too.
Oh yes, I have a newsletter. Someone asked me how often it goes out. I guess when there's news, I share news on the newsletter. So if there's a promotion, something like that, hopefully I'll be starting some card classes to go. That'll be announced in those.
Yep, and like us on YouTube.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I would sure appreciate that.
Let's talk about Paper Pumpkin.
Paper Pumpkin. You know what, Bill, before we get into this, I appreciate that you have the announcements ready to go. Well, can I just talk about Paper Pumpkin?
Sure.
So, you guys know I have a promotion going. There'll be one lucky winner to this, okay? Just one.
Just one winner, huh?
This is my...
One only.
So, Paper Pumpkin, if you aren't familiar with it, is a subscription. And it's this box that comes to your through mail every month, and there's a project to go. Now, this last one, I'm just going to show you. It was these luminary bags, and then it has some postcards for like parties and stuff. So it came with envelopes. It comes with, well, this one has a Blackberry Bliss spot shot. It has a stamp set. It has some dimensional. It looks like there's a little twine in this. As you can see, I haven't put it together. Envelopes for the cards. It's got everything you need other than maybe, oh, look at these. Pretty.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Okay, so I haven't played with it much. Oh, look at that, Bill. So these little luminaries, it's got embellishments and stuff in it, and all you really need is some paper snips and some sort of adhesive of your choice. The green glue is always my favorite. So that's what Paper Pumpkin is. This month, because it was a project, they're mostly cards, but because this was a project month, they let you know ahead of time. It comes with the instructions of how to make them and everything, but it also had an add-on. Now, an add-on is where they're going to give you some cards that are complimentary to this. I want to point out, they show you on here some of the card bases. There's 24 card bases and envelopes. Last week, I showed you what you get because it's pretty, I think it's pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah. Even with the lined envelopes, but these are pretty cool. So you can use it with the stamp kit. I do want to point out that they use their own extra stuff to go with it. So if you have a stamp kit at home, you could use that with this. This one says, wishing you much happiness today and always. And then they put some of those stars around it. I don't know which one they used. It looks like they used this card base for that. So this is kind of cool because this is pre-made 24 card bases and envelopes. So here's the special that I have. This is just through me. It's just something that I'm doing. I'm trying to reach a goal this month. And I ordered 2 of these kits. Now, I've shown this twice, and since we're getting down to the end of the month, I'm going to go ahead and start using them. But I have a kit that I'm going to give away to somebody. And here's the thing. It is my next $100 purchase. I will send this to you for free. The 24 card bases and envelopes.
But they got to use that?
They have to use this host code, and it has to be by the end of this month. So the first $100 order I get, $100 order I get, I will send that to you for free. Now back on to his announcements, that this kit is already done, it's processed, we're on to the next kit. So you can sign up now for the next kit. Here's what they're telling you about about it. Celebrate life's champions. Make and send handmade cards in appreciation to everyday heroes in your life. So it says it includes enough supplies to make 9 cards and envelopes. This features distinctive stamp set. It coordinates with Bumblebee, Gold, Mint Macaron, Pacific Point, Soft Suede, and Whisper White. So I can see one little cutout that looks like a trophy, and I can see the envelopes on here. So that's what it says. World's Greatest, Celebrate Life's Champion. You have until August 10th to sign up for this kit if you would like it. Okay,
Yep.
That's my paper pumpkin, blah, 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 and that is my special offer.
Bonus days. Whoop, whoop.
Okay, bonus days are here. So for every $50 that you spend this month, which by the way, the person who spends $100 with me first is going to get that kit. Plus they're going to earn 2 $5 coupon codes to use towards next month purchases.
Wow.
So that's $10 back. That set of envelopes and stuff is a $10 value, so there's $20 right there. So every $50 purchase that you make this month, you get a $5 gift code. You have to have an email address, a valid email address. If you have placed a $50 order with me this month, you need to check your email for your coupon codes. They don't reissue them, so you're going to definitely want to check your email for that. So this is an awesome deal through Stampin' Up. What else you got?
Oh, yeah, become a pearl.
Ooh, join my team. So here's something else I just thought I'll mention since we have bonus days out here. Join my team. If you join my team, there's 1,000,001 wonderful things about Stampin' Up and the Piccadilly Pearls. But if you join now, you get in on the bonus days. If you turn around and make a $50 or $100 purchase through yourself, you're not only going to get your discount, you're also going to get those coupon codes, because as demonstrators, what sales you guys get, we get, which is pretty awesome on top of our discount. So I have, and I'm not going to be shy about this. I know that this is a good deal with what my discount is. There's one coupon code. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's $55
Woo-woo.
that I get to spend on top of my discount. So awesome deal right now, you guys. What else you got for,
Piccadilly Perks.
okay, so for those who's not familiar, Piccadilly Perks is a reward system for every $35 purchase at a time that you make with me or more. If it adds up to 70, then you get 2 letters from the word Piccadilly. Once you get all 10, and I send you by mail a card as a thank you, and a little slip now that tells you where you are on your Perks rewards. And then I let you know that you have Perks available, and what this earns you is once you get 10, I give you a $25 shopping spree on me, plus I pay the shipping, which is $6.95, and the tax in your area. So it's about a $35 value. Buy 10, get 1 free. Okay, are we through all of that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so we want to start with our first project, and like I said,
Ooh, that's a biggie.
oh wait, we got one more thing. You guys, I got some extremely touching cards, and I just want to point out a few of them. So my good friend Marcia sent this to me. So sweet. She thanked us for teaching colors and that
right.
type of stuff, and she included Bill, and he just adored it. This was made with that honeybee set. I love this set still.
Mm-hmm.
My brand new recruit, Yvonne, sent this, and I'm not gonna, well, I'll do it quick. Look at her beautiful handwriting on this. Let me just say that she hand did this with the most touching. Have you read it yet, Bill?
No.
You've got to read it.
Okay.
It was a little bit of a tearjerk for me, and you never know how you affect people, and I just want to let you know, Yvonne, this was so touching. Thank you so much. Isn't this just cute as can be? And then this was from another demonstrator who's on my team, and she sent this to me with another cute touching remark on in here too. But isn't this gorgeous? I absolutely love how she did that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, very pretty. So thank you, Sherry. All right, we'll put those aside. Now, here you go, Bill. Here's your little Scooby snack. If I don't give it to you, I think Jean might hurt me. She's always like, make sure Bill gets a Scooby snack. Okay, you guys, I've got this demonstration is less about the card and more about tips and tricks. However, we are going to be doing watercoloring.
Tips and tricks.
Like a lot of tips and tricks.
That basket was full.
It is full. Okay, I don't even know where to begin because it's
card base.
So let me just talk about what we're going to be using. We're going to be using the Pattern Play, and I just, it's a 6x6 designer series paper. I wanted to go with this kind of soft design. This is in Purple Posy. We're going to be using Painted Poppies. Now, this doesn't have any sentiments. It does come with a die set also, and if you purchase them together you do save 10%. I wanted to use the 2 poppies and the leaf, okay? But since it doesn't have a sentiment, and I wanted a sentiment, I chose the Lovely You because I think the font in this is just stinking cute. So,
looking pretty good.
Miles Apart, You're Still in My Heart is the one that I chose for this. Okay, those are the stamp sets. We're going to be using some color. I don't know if you guys know this, because I know everybody knows that my favorite Stampin' Up! Color forever and ever has always been Bermuda Bay. I absolutely love Hot Pink and Bermuda Bay together. And when they came out with Magenta, I was just like, oh, because I think it's beautiful. But this is a color that is pretty much in your face. Now, I love Hot Pink and Black together. I love Bermuda Bay and Hot Pink. It's been a color that I've loved for a few years now. But it was a bit of a challenge to learn how to use it. So I'm going to use this as my theme to tie my 2 cards together. We're going to be using Magenta Madness.
Ooh.
I know. Let me move this aside so I don't give anything away too quickly. We're going to start with a Purple Posy card base that I'm going to fold in half. Has anyone made any comments or anything that I need to know about?
Oh, lovely cards.
Lovely cards. I haven't started.
The ones that you showed.
Oh, the cards that I showed.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yes.
Love your tips. Can always use them.
Okay, good. So I'm just going to start with the card base on this one, and I chose a 1 1/4 inch slice of this DSP, and it's by 5 1/2. So I'm just going to glue this down, and I'm going to glue it down at the bottom. This is not the tip or trick. You guys have seen me do this many times.
There might be some new people in there.
Okay, well, then if there's new people, I like that green glue because it gives me a moment to move it around. So I'm just going to put that at the bottom and set the card base aside. Now, the next thing that we're going to do, and I know most of you are avid crafters, but we're going to do a little embossing, mostly because I want to get all my embossing stuff out of the way. So I have a piece of watercolor paper, and I'm going to take my Emboss Buddy over it. You can get these at anti-static anywhere, and any craft store has them. And I'm going to start off by just going through and just taking my Versamark, inking it up nice and sticky. That's a real word.
Sticky?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sounds like it's going to be like that here in a couple days with the humidity.
Yes, it does. We went through quite a few sticky days.
Yeah, today's not bad, but
No, don't. Okay. So I've got those on there. You can put those aside now. And it's like Versamark is like a little bit of a glue. And then I'm going to take my white emboss powder that I like to keep in these little tubs because I buy white emboss. I use it a lot. And I'm just going to emboss these. So I haven't done any coloring or anything. What I like, oh, and by the way, when I do this, I'm gonna hand you this, Bill. I like to do it, there's two sides of this paper, and I like to do it on the smoother side. As you can see, I've done a few already. And I have one little smudger, so I'm gonna use a little brush here and just get that extra emboss powder off, okay? Let me heat up the heat tool. We're gonna go real quick right up underneath it here. Takes a little bit longer because the watercolor paper is a little thicker. There, can you see the magic?
yeah, it's happening.
Oh, they can see it?
Oh, yeah.
I never know. Sometimes I go underneath just because of that. White on white is kind of hard to see. There we go. There we go. Okay. So give that a second to cool because you can, when it's still hot, you can smear that. All right. I'm going to get a paper towel. Have you seen our new water painters from our old aqua painters?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. These things come in 3 different sizes now. Look at the big Whomper one.
Oof,
There's a
cover some area.
Yeah, that's going to cover some area. But I'm going to use the medium one for right now. So I want to get this under here. So I want to teach you guys kind of some foolproof watercoloring. I'm going to squeeze my ink pad so that some of the ink, you don't have to do this, you can use the re-inker. I choose to do it this way. Some of the ink gets on the top because I'm going to use this as kind of like my painter's palette. What are those things called?
Painter's palette.
Okay, a painter's palette. So the way the water, you unscrew this and you fill it with water, and then it's got a little barrel here, and when you squeeze where it says push, the water will start running down. And you'll see it, I'm gonna try to hold this here. You'll see it kind of, works better this way. You'll see it kind of run down through here.
Yep.
Okay, get it wet so that it's nice, good and wet. Okay, come over here into your flower and let's wet this all down. Now, watercolor paper can really absorb some water. If you try to do this on regular Whisper White instead of like
soak right through.
it would pill up. I need to get more liquid in here. Hold on. Am I on camera?
Yes, you are.
Okay, just making sure. Okay.
Right in the center.
Okay, good. So I want to come all the way out here, kind of inking it up as I go. Inking. Sorry.
So are those bigger than the old ones?
Actually, this one is about the same as no, smaller, medium, and large. Okay, I inked it up. I watered it up. I wetted it. There we go. Words are tough. And I'm going to come in here, and this is where I hope this will show. I'm going to pull up some of this onto, I'm going to get it wet just a little bit, and I'm going to pull some of this. I I gotta get more water down that barrel. There we go.
Woo! That came up.
Yeah, look at that. In your face, right?
In your face, magenta.
See how that... Watch, I'm gonna go with the dark color right. Look at that. Do you see? Come up close here.
I can see it.
Can you? If you get up here.
That's awesome.
You see how that water's kind of wicking it down?
That's right.
Let's get some more color on that.
More color.
Ooh.
Pulls it right out.
It pulls it right out. You see how that goes?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's really kind of cool is you can add more water down the barrel as you go. Ooh, that one really pulled it out. Okay. Now, I call this simple watercoloring because it's keeping it in the lines. Now, here's another trick. Let's say you want to get some dimension to this. So I'm going to go ahead, blot that. Now let me just show you. You can see where the color was darker and then it kind of pulled it out. And I'm going to kind of get some of this off of there so that I still have color in there but not as much. I'm going to go back in and add some more water down here. I'm just doing this one side to show you. Ink it up so it's very dark at the end, and watch this again. Okay, Bill, you seen it?
Ooh.
Can you see it pull it?
Oh, I know. Looks awesome.
Let's get some more
You
in
can see
here.
it though when you're doing it on camera too.
Can you?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can never tell if you can. So you kind of come around, and as you notice, I'm kind of sticking around here to the outside edges, or to the middle edges, because the darker part of the flower. I'm getting more water down here. You see me drawing that on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I can come, that's pretty bright, pretty brilliant. That's another section. Squeeze that water down. And you can actually build up layers of this. Any questions from anyone? Now you can let this sit off to the side, and actually before I do that I want to come right back in here. I'm going to come here. I want this a little darker on this side. I don't want to set this off to dry until I get that, and it's going to do its own thing. So same thing, come here, run some water down. I know this had color and that might scare people, but in the areas where the it's not as dark as you think it is right now, even though that looks like oh man, I just totally ruined it, right? No, because I'm going to come back, I'm going to blot. Look at that. It's not as dark. Come back in here, add dark around this center, add more water to it. There's got to be a question here somewhere, or I'm not teaching. Anybody?
Can you wash the tips?
Yes, they wash themselves out. So a lot of times what I do too, now I'm going to come back in with a little bit more of a medium color, and I'm going to kind of spray that out a little bit. And don't worry about leaving little zigzaggies and stuff, because it dries.
Flowers are that way anyway.
Well, true. Don't worry about, I mean, look at how much water I'm putting on one, and I'm just dabbing it away. Okay? Now this, you can see kind of the detail in there. This one I need to work on more, but I'm not going to spend the time since I've got so much to show you. I am going to clean this out by just keep running water through it. Now this might stain the
bristles.
Yeah, but that's okay. They still work, and when you put the next color in the next time, you want to run it out until there's like it starts running kind of clear.
Okay.
Okay, and you can see it's getting lighter and lighter and the water coming out. Now, I'm not going to take the time because this would need to dry, and when it dries, it does all these fun things. I will say, though, do not leave water in the lid. You can leave color in the lid. It doesn't have to be perfect, but don't leave water in it. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside to dry. It's pretty, isn't it?
It is. They're loving it.
Okay. So, here's what's really cool. I have some already done so that I could have dry ones to use. Now this one I did something different than I did with those. I went in because I wanted all those little grooves to show. I will say magenta will stain. So on this one I was very aware and didn't do as much. I'd probably do some, but I went ahead and cut them out using the dies from the poppies. Okay, so I went and ran them through. Let me pull out this now, and then we'll go on to the next step and trick. Can you set, I do not want to lose these, so I'm going to put those in there.
Yep.
All right, and right as I say that, then I drop something. So I'm going to move you aside so I don't roll over your toe. There we go. Got it. All right. So we're going to set that aside for now. So I have a piece of Pear Pizzazz, and I'm going to use Pear Pizzazz on Pear Pizzazz using the, where's the stamp? Here it is. Using the stamp within the poppies. It's very easy.
Hi, Joy.
Hi, Joy. Okay, now this is one of those little tips because most of you know how to cut out dies if you've done any stamping. But did you know that if you take a piece of washi tape, normally I have a magnetic plate on my die cutting machine, and normally I lay it down and then I'm like this, and then wherever that magnet is, it'll go just off a little bit. And so normally I tape this on here when I'm going to put it through the die cutting machine. That's nothing new, right? Well, here's something that I've never done. I was never taught. I started doing this. I started lining it up off of the magnetic plate, and gee, that cuts so much better. So it doesn't matter where I put it down on the magnetic plate, I am going to always be in a line. And I love that Stampin' Up! And if you guys knew this ahead of time, good for you, but slow learner here. So put it down, and I love that you get two, so you're cutting out more than one. What are you laughing at?
Just that.
Oh.
Your new trick that you learned.
Yeah. If you do this, then when you go and put it down, and I do that with these and everything. So, okay, that's my trick. Just for time, I happen to have 3 already done. Will you set that over there too?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to leave this one out because I have another trick.
The big one. Huh?
Yeah.
Biggie.
You're right up here today. Look at you.
That's right.
Okay.
Looking over the
So, now I have those. I have a 3/4 inch scrap piece that I'm going to go ahead and stamp in Memento. The Tuxedo Black Memento ink. I guess I need to say Tuxedo Black because they do have other colors.
Do they?
Yeah. We sell like a brown too, but... And I'm just going to stamp this on here. Let me do the best I can to get this straight, which means I do need to come down a little on here, so...
It's still on camera.
Is it? Good. And I did not do straight doing it that way, so let's try again. Oh, thank goodness there are 2 sides to every sheet of paper. I think I have a scrap piece here. I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, this is just a scrap piece, that I mount mine without putting the cling on there. It's a personal preference. Once you learn to do it that way, okay, now I'm doing better. I just wanted to see if I had that lined up with the end, because if you don't have the stamp straight on your block. It tends not to be straight what you're stamping. So I'm right-handed. I always tend to load it, to load my stamp using a bigger block. We have blocks that fit probably much better on some of your stamps. If you've noticed, I tend to use blocks that are bigger. Why do I do that? So that I can see through the block as to where I'm stamping on the paper, which that's just another tip. But I'm gonna try this again. Let me try on this side. You know what? Maybe what I need to do is just stand up. Okay, so since I'm right-handed, most of the stamp would have been covered, but I can see right through here much better. I'm gonna hand that off to you.
One question.
Sure.
Have you ever thought about using the Stamparatus to line it up?
Oh yeah, I do. I don't have enough time tonight to do that. I use the Stamparatus a lot. I need to be doing, that was a lot of what I do for you guys are things that people are asking me. So I'm trying to figure out how to answer everybody's questions, because I started asking, what do you guys want to see, instead of just look at me stamp. And so I'm trying to answer these questions for you. I'm gonna just trim this while we're talking. And I need to do a thing on the Stamparatus. Okay, I'm just trimming it. I don't know what these measurements are. I don't know if you guys stamp that way, but I do. I think I'm going to trim this down here a little bit
more off the end.
Yep. Are you learning a lot, Bill?
I'm learning a lot.
Are you going to be, you should tell them what stamp set you just got.
I got the whiskey set. Woo-hoo!
He's really excited about the whiskey set, and it's right here for you, by the way. He just got the whiskey business. So,
yep,
there you go.
There we go. Woohoo!
Okay, let's bring the card base back in. I've got one more tip, and I have to bring a couple of things out here. And this. So, this silicone mat is $6 investment that is probably one of the best. You can use this for multiple things. So, for instance, this is another tip. If you have a dimensional and you got it stuck, like we're going to be sticking this up here, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And you take the backing off and you throw the backing in your little trash bin, and then, oh wait, I'm not ready to do this yet, so you can stick it there and then it comes right off and you can use it and you didn't have it stuck to your paper. Tip again. Well, I use this for when I use the Stampin' Seal Plus. Love this, love this. So normally when I'm putting on any kind of ribbon, this is my new go-to, is the Stampin' Seal Plus. However, the ribbon that I'm going to be using tonight is the Shimmer Ribbon, and it is, I think this is Gray Granite. Yep, Gray Granite. And this is from the Peony set. You can find it there. Well, this is only a 1/4 inch and this is too big. That usually never stops me. What I do is I put my ribbon down and I roll it out and then I fold it over. Okay, not everybody likes to do that. If you have the 1/4 inch tear, what is this called? Stick and tear, tear and stick. I don't know what this is called all of a sudden.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, rip and tear. I don't know. It is Joy. It's your fault that I can't remember. So it is the tear and tape. Tear and tape. That's it.
Tape. There we go.
So I knew I needed it's a 1/4 inch, so it fits on these smaller ribbons, is my point. What I like to do is I like
about 50 people telling you tear and tape.
Tear and tape, it couldn't come out. Stick and rip, whatever. Anyway, lay it down on your silicone mat, and then you put the ribbon down. I tear off the piece. I think it's easier starting on the left-hand side because I'm right-handed, so I'm going to go this direction, and then I line it up. It's very easy. When you're taking it off on here, not as easy. I noticed that if you rub it down and then you, well, now I got sticky right there. And if you come in the middle, this works better on paper for me than it does ribbon. This is why I tend to use the other method, but I do want to be fair to everything because this does fit better. Bill, you should be taking this off for me. There we go. Yeah.
With my big thick thumbs.
Your big thick thumbs will work just fine. Okay, using this mat again, another tip. I'm going to start this over here just a hair off.
Oh.
And then I'm going to come around here like so, going over that edge, and it's a little bit longer on this side. Use my snips. And
they like your stick and rip name better.
Stick and rip. I'm a little embarrassed that I couldn't remember that.
Name for it. Stick and rip.
Stick and rip. That's right. Okay. Now, let's build this, and then I have one more on this card. I told you this was the longest card for such a simple card. Okay. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to just grab a glue dot because I want them to be joined. Let me get an idea of what I'm looking at here.
Oh, cool.
I'll do that, I think is the best. So I'm going to come here and stick that down. And then, nope, I'm going to go this way. Like so. Okay, isn't this really pretty? That bright magenta with all of the different layers.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I'm going to take another dimensional.
Only one?
Yeah. The reason why.
Because you got to get your leaves in there.
Exactly, Bill.
That's right.
You watch and learn from time to time, don't you?
I do.
So I want to look at how I want to place this here. And I think I'm going to go like that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down flat above that ribbon. Like so. Stick and rip, tear and snare. I don't know. I don't know where my head was. Okay, then I'm going to stick this in here. And then I'm just going to use glue dots. And we'll take one there.
I love that magenta against that.
Oh.
That posy.
So here's how I learned how to use magenta for me to be palatable. I would probably have my whole house in magenta coloring. I do like it that much. However,
say
Bill won't allow that. So, I think you have to do it in small little ways. Now let me see what I like before I stick that down. I might like it completely different, and I do. I'm going to come down and closer in. Da, 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 da. But you would think we would be done because this demonstration has taken forever. But we're not.
But wait.
There's more. Okay, I'm going to pull in some of my scrap pieces that I've used on projects.
Flick some ink, aren't you?
Yeah. So my upline is phenomenal at spritzing. Me, however, not so much. I do like a spritz from time to time. I like how it looks. I just am not as, well, let me just show you. So she takes it and she's got her little polished hands and she goes, foop, foop. And she just has all these beautiful little speckles. Okay, here is mine which is totally mangled. Look at the lid, right? I had to actually buy another one because I mangled this trying to do it. And if I'm doing it, because she just goes like this in the thing, I've had that thing come out on me. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I can't do it. So I've developed, we're going to call this my system. So for those of you who have trouble with the spritzing, this is going to be a practice and learn. So I'm going to take my Memento Tuxedo Black, and I'm going to put not even a drop on there of the re-inker in the lid. And I'm going to take this Mumbo Jumbo. You were wanting to know why my fingers were inky the other day?
There you go.
And I'm going to squeeze some water down. You got to get...
Beth Ann says she can't spritz at all.
I struggle with the spritz.
And
So
says France. She can't either.
I struggle with the spritz. I struggle. So I figured if I struggled, there've got to be some other people. So I'm just going to use my terribly mangled. So what I do is look at how that soaks that up. Now, you can have big splotches or you can have tiny ones. It's all up to you. It depends on how much you want to do.
How much force? Mine would be the big splotches.
Yours would be the big splotches. Okay, so now that I did that kind of right there, I don't want my card. So I want to do more of a tiny. So I'm going to do a little tapping motion. And I don't know if you can
they're
see
coming
it.
on there. Ooh, look at that.
Okay, so here's the big thing though. The Memento.
People are like, woo.
Yeah. So look at what that did for spritzing. Much better.
Wanted to know if you could show us how to get the Wink of Stella started. But
Yes, that is actually all you have to do. There's a little, and it screws people up, especially if they don't read directions. But there is directions that come in the Wink of Stella. I don't happen to have them right at the moment. Let me get this cleaned out of my brush. And remember, out of the lid, no water, because it dries out your ink. There is a little, thank you, Bill. You have been a beautiful assistant.
that's right.
Maybe you need a pay raise.
Yes. That'd be 2 Scooby Snacks.
Listen to you. Do I need to tell them about the box of Scooby Snacks?
No, we don't.
Okay. So let me just show the spritzing again, because I'm pretty proud of coming up with this idea. So when you get your Wink of Stella, there's an instruction thing in there. But when you pull it apart, on here, you twist it, there's a little bitty ridge that is removable. And then you put it back together, and then all
Is it black?
I think so, yeah. I think so.
That was the question.
Yep.
Does the black ring come off?
It
couldn't get hers off, so.
Yeah, it comes off. It does. Get a little picky tool or something underneath of there and get it off. But yes. Okay, so there's
That's
my
awesome.
spritz. So there was a bunch of tips on this one. I hope you like it, because that was, for such a simple card for me to do, that was a lot of explaining. So now,
Next card.
next card is really fun for me. Have you guys seen the senior years? I got a lot of tips in this one too, because I'm trying to hit a lot of things that you guys have been asking me all in a card. So have you guys seen the seniors year stamp set? It's Bill and me.
Mm-hmm.
We're in our senior years.
We're getting there.
We're just like a few years away.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so anyway, the only thing I'm going to use this for is I wanted this little snarky comment that says, is it hot in here, or is it just the candles on your cake? Okay, because the next set that I'm going to use is critters. Cute critters. This is from All of Us. And it has a little turtle and, I don't know, an ostrich or emu or whatever it is, a monkey, a toucan, and a fat little bear, and I think it's cute as heck. So we're going to be using that. And of course, camouflage. My husband was in the service.
Right.
I love camo. He just got a new face, what is that called?
Face mask.
A face mask, but it's a wrap in camo, which is really cute. So this is stinking cute. The minute I saw it, I knew I needed this. But I'm going to do a spin on it. So let me get the card base, which I have. Oh my gosh, do we have more magenta? Are you kidding me with this?
Gotta love the magenta.
You gotta love the magenta. So I've got a basic gray card base for this card. And instead of landscape, we're gonna do portrait this time. Alrighty. I have a scrap piece of paper because I have my little critters loaded up on here, and we're going to ink the heck out of them. And I'm going to be doing a little bit of coloring, so you keep track of questions.
I am.
So I'm plopping it down. Any questions from the last card? Seriously, are those not cute?
Not really. We've been answering them.
Okay. All right. So I am going to use 3 blends, but I'm using the blends for coloring, not for blending. So we're going to start off with the little beak, and I chose, what did I choose?
So you're going to color all of them or just the one animal?
I'm coloring one right at the moment.
Okay.
Okay, so light daffodil. And I'm just going to go as quick as possible. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Well, while we're doing that, gotta make sure if you want me to draw your name, you have to share the video.
Oh, yeah. And you don't have to share it necessarily to your wall. You can tag a friend or...
Tag a friend or tag a group.
This is the Light Flirty Flamingo. Yeah, tag a group. That's a good one, Bill. And I'm going to color this little... I saw this little critter right away, and I knew I had to have her. I'm saying it's a her. It could be a him, but... those eyes look like a suspicious woman. So I'm going to say it's a she. So one of the things that I want you guys to know...
What color is that?
This is Light Flirty Flamingo.
Oh, kind of cute.
It is kind of cute. One of the things that I want you guys to know, these can go to you, is that sometimes I see an image and I see it maybe a little differently than others. And I sometimes challenge myself to see things differently. And I don't believe I've seen anyone do what I'm about to do to this. So I'm going to get her little wings. She was the star of the show for me. I wanted the stamp set for... her.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted the whole stamp set for
Not
her.
the big teddy bear in the back?
Well, that's you.
Okay.
And that we'll do that at some point too. But she was what I first saw and first wanted. So, because of that, I'm going to cut her out of the other animals.
Oh.
Yeah. So I've got her done. And what I started to do, and it is really easy, is there's no die cut for this set. So I just went through and I cut her out. Now I'm not going to take the time to cut her all out because I already have her pre-cut. But some people would go, oh my gosh, what is she doing? But I wanted her. So, and I'm going to want her again a few more times. So we're going to save this. I don't know what time I'm on. I feel like I've been going on and on and on. Okay. I just don't want to, you know, take your guys's. So I cut her out and I left a little white because I wanted those little, you see her little eyebrows there?
She looks like a showgirl.
And how she does look like a showgirl, doesn't she? Mm-hmm. And she looks like she has a little attitude or something, right?
There you go.
Okay, so I've had several people ask a demonstration for this Lovely Labels. I've done it a couple of times. I do want to say that before I get going, I'm going to take the basic gray and that sentiment, because let's face it, she's a little sassy. I'm gonna stamp that down here, and then I'm gonna do the demonstration on the Lovely Labels. So let's hope I do a better. Not bad. Now look at this. Is it hot in here, or is it just the candles on your cake? Come on, Jean. I can hear you saying that to one of your girlfriends. All right, I'm going to hand you this. So I just did my number one no. I wanted to do it one way, and I did it another way. So I'm gonna change this just a hair. To get these to work, I had made a, and I think it's over here somewhere. And maybe not. Yes, it is. I made a Lovely Labels punch. It will do 1 inch, which is the black, a 3/4 inch, which is the Grapefruit Grove. It hadn't retired yet, and then a 1/2 inch. I prefer this punch compared to this one, just personal preference. So I chose to do this one. The way to do it is making sure that your strip is long enough. You can always cut down, you can't add on.
What? There's no strip stretcher?
Yeah. Didn't you see it in the catalog? You said you've been through there.
I have been looking
There
for
is
it.
a strip stretcher.
I've been looking for it.
I'll show it. After this, I'm going to show you this. So you have to have these exactly at the mark. You can't be just a smidge over or a smidge under, because you get too much wiggle room. You're going to wiggle when you take it back, and then it's going to cut lopsided on one. If you have it too short, if you have this too short, it is going to go in, and then it's going to hit the back and turn. So you want to have a long strip. You want it cut, this one at 3/4 inch in the basic gray, and punch. Right? Okay, so for this, I'm gonna, what did I do with that little, I'm gonna just cut this down, because this is gonna determine how long I want this. So I don't have measurements, because I think with this, there is a margin of error if you make it too short. And that is... Anyone use this yet? Anyone buy it and go, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what I'm doing? Right? Gotcha. I'm with you on that. There is a learning curve. It works, there's just a learning curve. So I know that I want approximately that much. Do you see my technical measuring on that? That much. So then I can come back with this side, because it's not too short again, push it through, and get my beautiful, oh, right as I do that.
Yep, it caught.
It caught. And that's another reason to go long. Isn't that like a football? There we go. See? Much better. So, learning curve, that's what makes the learning curve work. So now I have this, and I'm just going to go ahead and glue it on. I'm just setting the card up. Now, I've had 2 people ask me about shimmer paint. What is shimmer paint? How do you use shimmer paint? Okay, we're going to work on shimmer paint in just a moment. But Bill, we're going to work with it. Bill, I need you to hand me that right down there. So shimmer paint, here's my official, we sell Stampin' spritzers. You get 2 of these for $3, I believe. Here's my official way of doing it. Shake it up. There's a little ball in the shimmer paint. Pour a glob in. I have a glob already in there. And it depends on how much you want. And pour in some alcohol.
That'd be rubbing alcohol, not the drinking type.
Not Bill's whiskey business.
That's right.
And there you have now made I don't know if you can see, this is the frost white, okay? So this is shimmer paint. Will you put this back?
Yep.
Now, I need the stamp, the camouflage.
Camouflage.
Now, a girl like this, who's gonna be, she's gonna want some hot pink camo. So I'm gonna lay down quite a bit of ink here.
Lay down the beat.
You crack me up. Okay, so when you start to see that the lines from the stamp pad aren't showing in your image, ugh, boy, I'm gonna have inky fingers. Best way I know, lay it flat, pick the side that you want to use. This is a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of magenta using magenta ink. Lay this on top. Okay. Use a piece of scratch paper because I don't want to get my fingers any more inky than they already are. Take a nice block so you get a good crisp image. Right on over your stamp. See, that way I didn't get the magenta on me.
Woohoo!
Okay, that needs to be clean. Don't let that touch anything or you're going to have magenta and you're going to go to work and the guys are going to tease you. Okay, I got that. What'd you say? No, she won't. He works from home, you guys. Currently. That doesn't mean that your boss couldn't be watching.
That's true.
Okay, so I'm going to bring my scrap paper back in. And then I'm going to do a light version of this, and I will show you the dark version.
Sure you got it going the right way.
Because you will squirt your little eye and alcohol hurts. Don't ask me how I know. So, all right. He had me paranoid there. Oh, look at that. I don't know if you can see it on camera or not, but you will when I'm done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look at that. Nice.
Can you see that? So now we've taken pink camo and made it
Sparkly.
a fashion statement. Let's bring this back. I also took a piece of Whisper White that I used the largest of the small group. Did that make sense? The largest of the small group of the stitched rectangles. The largest of the smallest group. There we go. Because someone will ask me and I never know how to measure it or how to say, well, take this one. They don't come with, oh, look at that. And this was me doing the light version. Imagine if I wouldn't have added the glob of, or the alcohol. Okay. So it's pretty well dry now.
Well, that was fast.
Yeah. Well, it's alcohol. That's why. So I'm going to use my green glue because I'm going to put this right down on my card base. Did you guys like that tip?
Yeah, they loved it. They were actually talking about it here.
Okay. Oh, I cannot wait to see this in Bermuda Bay.
Ooh.
With a little bit of that. Yeah, right? Okay. Now, I'm just going to glue this because I just wanted something to break up that pink because I'm trying to learn how to use it without overpowering anybody I'm sending a card to, unless it's Bill.
What?
But I can send you some overpowering cards.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do kind of bottom right-hand side here. Couple ways of doing it. I really like to kind of keep the border about the same distance, yet it's still offset. So I glue that down. Now let's take her and let's do one right there on the body, but I think I need the mini dimensionals. Mini. Where are my minis? Right here. And we'll put one there. I don't know if I'm going to get one on the bottom. Maybe if I take a sliver piece, like so. Do you guys do that? Do you not waste, and do you use
That's
that
right.
little bit?
Use the whole thing.
There you go. Okay, so throw these in my little trash bin. Are they still with us, or am I losing people? I feel like I'm
still at
long-winded tonight. I'm long-winded every night. Be honest, Pamela. Okay. But they don't have to live with me. So I'm going to set her right off to the side. And then I made my thing too long. Wouldn't you know it?
too long?
Yeah, I was talking and trying to explain, and I wasn't paying attention as to how big I needed it. Let's see if we can do this again, guys. You never know what you're gonna get.
There we go.
There we go. A little better. I had it. I should have cut this closer is what I should have done, because then I added a little bling bling. Okay, so what I did is I added it. I'm going to show you the original. So I added it. I had this cut down closer to the words. I didn't pay attention to that when I was doing this. And it's just not the same. Let me show you the original one. And then I added some
gems.
Yes, rhinestones, some clear rhinestones on there. But look at the face. Is it hot in here, or is it just the candles on your cake? Come on, that's sass.
Yeah.
So, oh, I could, yeah. I like this better. I still like this better.
Suggestion.
I can do that, but I wanted it right here. Could go here too, I suppose.
True.
I'm just going to redo it because I like it enough. So guess what? I hope that gave you guys some ideas. Cutting apart different images just because you like it. I'll use it together as the whole set. Let's pull that back out. Let's pull that one back out. I will use the whole thing. I like the happy, happy birthday from all of us, but sometimes it's just me, you know? Maybe I'll cut out the monkey. Maybe it'll just be the toucan. Who knows what I think like. But anyway, so let's pull in the two cards so you guys can see them. I want you guys to know something. I super duper really do 100% like answering your questions. I think I get a little long-winded here, but I like answering. What?
The tickets are over there.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
Interrupted me.
Oh.
I like, I'm kidding, Bill. I like answering your questions. So when you have suggestions, just message me. That's great. It gives me ideas of what to be teaching. I hope that this had a bunch of little tips and tricks in it tonight that kind of kept you entertained. Maybe you have something that you can use on your own crafting stuff. So let's get ready to rumble. No, it is time for drawing. Someone is going to win these. Well, actually, I'm going to finish this the correct way, and I have 2 sets of these that I'll be giving away tonight. So if you shared last week, your name has gone in here. I'm shaking them up, actually, and ooh, that's kind of a lot. All right, you ready, Bill?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Jean Shoot.
Are you kidding me?
From North Dakota.
Oh my gosh, did you plan that?
I didn't plan it.
Oh my gosh. So Jean, this card totally reminded me of you because you're just a little spicy tamale. So I'm kind of actually thrilled about that. Okay, let's see who else.
Okay. Jane Larazi. New person.
Jane, is it Larazi? Larazi?
Larazi.
Larazi?
I don't know.
Okay, Jane, you are new to me, so please send me your mailing address and I will get these cards out to you. So you guys, I had a great time tonight. I hope I taught you some things, and let me know how I'm doing. Let me know what you want to learn. Let me know what stamp set. Let me know what's sweet. This one tonight was just kind of tips and tricks. All right, you guys have a great evening, and I will see you next week right here. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.